so far away from my mic. Hold up. Hold on. Let me move my mic a little closer. Is that any better? Honestly, I can't tell. Good idea. Okay, hold on. This is about as my mic gets. I'm gonna move it on my mic because I need to make sure I can be heard, even if it's quiet. Give me a second. I didn't think this would be an issue before I started. Okay, found it. Oh yeah, you can't hear anything like at all. Oh my god, why is this happening? Okay. That's we're still so quiet. What the? I had this fixed before. Is it really just because I'm so far away? No, because even when I'm right up against my mic, it's still showing up as barely past -35. Okay, hold on. Okay. Turn this one off because this one's louder. Give me a second. Wait, can I just do this and fix it? Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if this fixes it. I'm waiting on it to catch up so I can actually hear a difference. Because I shouldn't have to have my phone on max volume with headphones to be able to hear my voice. Okay. So, I'm gonna come into here if I can remember how to access it. Let's see, is it this one? No. Which one pulls it up? I pulled it up earlier. It's advanced, okay. Yeah, no, it's not a silent film, I promise. Okay. Might be a little too loud. That might have just actually peaked the mic. Sorry about that. It just like I hate having to do this stuff on stream because I just have to keep making sounds so I can hear it. Okay, I think I should have it like getting up to about hear when I talk. I'm gonna sit back down closer to my mic. Okay, how's that? Okay. I also do not have BTC connected at the moment. I will do that in a second. I completely forgot that was a thing. It's been a while. It may have been a slight while. Okay, I'm gonna set this. Okay. Is this too loud? It's in the red. I feel like it's probably too loud. Is it ever gonna catch up? Now let's put my headphones where they usually are. Yeah, we're cutting out. Okay, hold on. Advanced. We're gonna take this down to 10. Enter. Okay. If I'm it's still okay. Advanced. Put it on 7? How's this? It's still doing the thing. This is getting annoying at this point. Okay, we're gonna take it down just a little more because I don't want every time I speak at a slightly louder point, for it to just peak. So we're gonna take this probably down to 5. Enter. Okay, are we good now? Can I speak again? I wish it wouldn't just silence. But I think the voice, at least normal speaking volumes, I'm gonna come down where I'm gonna be sitting a lot more because I'm gonna be down here while I'm painting. I think it's probably okay. I'm gonna call this good, and I will fix it better off stream later. And now we can actually get into what we're actually supposed to be doing today. Oh my god, that took like 10 minutes to fix. Oh my god. Okay, so I actually did in fact make a list of things because I don't want to forget what I'm talking about today. So anyone who actually watches me would know that I have not streamed very consistently lately. And yeah, that it's been very, very frustrating for me. Because I want to stream, but I've been doing my classes, right? Because I need to actually have a real paying job because I can't just live off the little money I have forever. So I actually need to do the classes, which I have done at this point. But I have I've done 19 chapters in 3 months, right? And technically that is what it says you should take to do, but it's a lot. And I think I've hit that burnout wall because at this point I can't do much of anything at all. Like, I cannot focus on anything. I have absolute zero attention span, and not in the TikTok brain rot way. In the like zero motivation, bed rotting kind of way. And it sucks. And it's so infuriating. Because there's so many things I need to do right now. I have a lot I need to do. I have a lot I need to do to this house. I have a lot I need to get done for work. I have to take this exam. And that's my biggest issue right now. Because, I'm pretty close with my parents, so they're pretty up to date on everything that's going on, except for this very specific thing, because I don't know how to talk to them about it. They aren't the most knowledgeable on like mental health stuff. They're almost 60, right? It's not really been a thing for them, so they don't really get it. And since they haven't experienced what I experience, it's really difficult to explain stuff to them. And it's really frustrating because I want to tell them about stuff, but they just don't get it. And I don't know how to talk to them about it. Because burnout is such a thing. I've dealt with it before. When I was working 12-hour shifts every day. I was working technically it was 11 and a half. But it was essentially 12 hours. Every day, night shift. It was literally killing me. If I was not at work, I was asleep, basically, at that point in time. Because I had absolutely no energy. I had no motivation. My house got to such a point that it was genuinely disgusting. And that's something I don't really like to admit. But I do think it's important to talk about because that happens. And it's really difficult because I've just been studying right now, For basically every day, I would sit there for 3 months. I didn't take weekend breaks. Every day I did my studies, and I tried to maintain my house, and I did my studies more, and that's really all I thought about for almost 3 months. And I've hit that point where I can't think anymore. Genuinely, if I try to load up a game I enjoy, I get past the loading screen and I kind of just stare at it. Because I have no motivation anymore to do anything. In order to have any kind of energy to even get out of bed, I need to drink caffeine. It's not great. I really don't recommend experiencing this. But yeah, and I don't know how to get it across to them that it's not something I can just willpower through, because that's how I got to this point, right? I got to this point by forcing myself through everything. That's what put me in this position, and continuing to do that will just make it infinitely worse and last so much longer. So at this point, I'm just trying to recover, and I don't know how to explain that to them in a way they will understand, because I have to recover before I can do anything else. And I've genuinely been basically sleeping all day, just trying to get past it, because that is one of the easiest ways to get through burnout, because it's just your brain hitting that point where it can't function anymore because you've exhausted it, right? So sleeping a lot will help recover from it. And I'm getting a lot better now. I'm getting to the point where I can actually get up. I can go do things, right? Like right now, I'm live again. That's a great sign. I'm having this conversation with you because I can think enough to put my thoughts together in a semi-coherent way. I did have to make a list of the things I want to talk about before we get too far into the stream, but yeah, I can kind of think now. I don't know where I want to start with this, which is why I have not put any paint on my palette yet. But yeah, I've been so tired. I've been so completely exhausted. I really, really need to clean. I've really just been hiding from my family at this point because I really need to clean. I have not had the energy to clean. I've barely had the energy to maintain proper hygiene, right? Basically the only thing I've been doing outside of resting is kind of hanging out, and to be fair, I've basically been sleeping for most of the day, and then hanging out with some friends online until like midnight or 2 a.m. Because I think having people around helps a lot with my personal motivation to do stuff. Which, if you've paid attention to any of my previous conversations about my living situation, I don't have right now. I mean, I could walk over to my parents, but that's not, you know, that's different than your friends, right? Especially when your parents don't really get it, and there's just so many things you can't talk about with them. But yeah, what else is on the list? The exam. Oh, speaking of those friends, someone sent me a message, hold on. So there's just a game? Okay. But yeah, so I need to recover enough, then I can restudy, because I've essentially forgotten everything I studied. I'm sure I'll remember it once I start studying again, but at this point I've kind of forgotten everything, so I'm just delaying this exam as much as I can until I can properly study again, because honestly I'm kind of scared right now to even start studying again, because I don't want to end up in a worse, like, burnout than I'm already in. Because if you start too soon, it'll make it a lot worse. And so now I'm just trying to figure out when I'll be okay. But just working back into my schedule, I think will help a lot. Oh, we've got chat messages. I need to set this up and read these. Hold on. Oh, so fun fact about alcohol. I couldn't drown my sorrows in that if I wanted to, because it doesn't affect my body. Like, it's not like I'm immune to alcohol. If I drink too much, I'll still die, but I physically cannot get drunk. And that has been an experience. I did talk to my doctor about that to make sure there wasn't something else going on. I just metabolize it really weirdly, so I can't actually get drunk, and that's interesting. What was I talking about? It's not like they're the worst people, right? They're not bad people. It's just, they don't understand mental health stuff very well. And so it's really difficult, because I've tried to explain stuff like executive dysfunction to them before, because I do have ADHD on top of everything else, and they don't get it. Yeah, I do poison resistance. Yeah, so at least I don't have to worry about someone intentionally trying to get me drunk. It's not gonna work. But they don't get why you can't just go do something, right? They're that pull yourself up from the bootstraps, fix your problems, and move on with your life kind of people. And they don't really get why I have the issues I do, because they've never experienced anything like it. Which is kind of crazy to me how people, like older people who have objectively been through quite a few stressful events through their lives, have never experienced burnout. And I think it's just because a lot of it's, even my dad, right? I'm not gonna go into details because it's not my thing to share, but he did have his issues with alcohol, and thinking about the time it was in his life, it probably did have a lot to do with something like burnout, because he was working like what was it, 14 hours a day every day. So yeah, he probably experienced it and just coped with alcohol, and for whatever reason can't understand it. For me, I don't get it. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just know it happened. But anyway, yeah. I don't think they'd be mad, but they just don't get it, and it's really hard to explain. And obviously, you know, they want me to get the job that I need, and they want me to get it quickly because I need to be able to pay my bills. I still have money, so it's not like I'm gonna end up without power or anything. But, you know, it's better to have a job than it is to not have a job, you know? And the better paying job, the better off you'll be. Because the job I'll be able to get after why is it peaking? The job I'll be able to get after I do my licensing exam will pay like $18 an hour, which is pretty good. Genuinely, that's like really good. Even when I was living in Kansas City, that's a pretty good pay, because I was getting paid $19.50 working for Amazon night shifts. And that was because of the $1.50 extra for night shift pay. So yeah, basically the standard pay at that facility was $18, and I'm gonna get paid that for sitting in an office all day, answering phones basically, as soon as I get my license, which would be so much more comfortable, especially because unless they've gotten more people, which I totally could have, I'll pretty much be alone in the office, so it'll just be me and a bunch of clients that I have to sort out their issues for. And hold on, I'm looking for some brushes. Okay. And yeah, so once I can do that, I'll be in a much better position than I'm currently in. Because I'm basically just slowly running out of money right now. And especially since I don't make money off of this, I can't supplement it by streaming. And aiming for money from streaming is not a realistic expectation in my current position, so it's not like that's even an option. So I do need to do it. I know if I try to take the exam right now, I will fail. Because I can barely read a paragraph without zoning out right now. And it's so insanely frustrating. But yeah, I need to stop rambling on about the freaking burnout. What else do I need to do? Say. I talked about all of that. Yeah, so basically though, once I can take that exam, once I pass that exam and I have a consistent job that will pay me enough to survive, I will be so much more consistent with my streaming because, you know, I'll be fine, I'll be safe, I'll be able to focus and think and stuff. But yeah, until then, you'll probably see like 1 or 2 streams between now and me getting my license, because I really, first up, I need to take care of myself and my house. It's become a slight mess, admittedly, and I need to get that exam done, and once I get that, I get the license, I can go get a proper job, I'll be paid. I do have to do some training, but I'm pretty sure it's paid there anyway, so I'll be fine. But once I do that, I'll have the time to stream whenever I want, whenever I'm not at work at least. But it'll be like, I think the office there is open, like 7 to 5. So that's basically when I'll be working. And so that leaves plenty of time to get home and stream, especially because another thing that I kind of want to talk about, I accidentally made friends. So, basically I downloaded VR chat, right? I played it like for 10 minutes before, a long time ago, but I don't know, it's when you don't actually know anybody on there, and you're not, and you aren't in VR, it's kind of boring, honestly. But I downloaded it, and I found a group, which apparently exists now. I don't think they existed when I first started playing. But I found a group, and then I made some friends on accident. I don't know how it happened, honestly. We were kind of just hanging out in the group, and then all of a sudden I had friends I was hanging out with every day. That was crazy. And now we hang out outside of VR chat, which is even crazier. We have like a whole Discord chat, and it's been really nice to talk to people again, because, you know, I live really rural, so I've essentially been completely isolated from the outside world for about 6 months. It's done a lot for my anxiety. I can talk so much easier to people outside of my house. Before I started talking to people on there, I just walking outside, and keep in mind, rural place, there's nobody who's gonna see me. Walking outside made me anxious, like really, really anxious and nervous. But now I can go work outside and not care at all, which I do need to do. I've got like half a pathway built outside, and I need to finish it, and I've been putting it off because I want to finish my licensing stuff first. So we've been dealing with all of that, but I've completely lost what I was saying. But anyway, I'm fine. I can exist socially and not die, you know? That's crazy. But yeah. What color do I want? Purple? Have I done purple? I have not. Oh, but I think cyan would be better. But yeah. Basically, I think that's everything that's been going on with my life. I'm gonna start painting now. I'm probably gonna get really quiet while I paint. So forgive me for that. Oh my god, adding cyan to green actually works. Hold on, I need to test something. I'm gonna add a little bit of cyan to the yellow and see if that actually makes a decent green. Oh my god. It actually kind of works. That's like a pretty nice green, honestly. I don't know. I see a lot of color mixing stuff on TikTok and stuff because what I was always taught to do to make a green is do this, which is okay. Honestly, this one looks better than they usually do. They look really muddy most of the time. I think it's because I have a more saturated yellow. Yeah, this is just like a more natural green, I guess. Is it purple that's a pain in the ass? I think it might be purple. Do I have magenta? I don't think I have pinks in general. Hold on. I have, what is this? Flamingo Coral is the shade of pink I currently have. And I also have this mixed pink that I made, which is kind of pink. There's this super desaturated pink. Where'd the coral go? It's this one. Maybe if I mix these two together, I can get a semi-decent pink. Okay. There's that. Oh god, is this mixed? I think this one might be mixed. It is. Okay. So this is our pink. I don't know how well it'll work, but we'll try. With the blue. That's not enough blue. Oh my god. With some blue. Makes basically gray. Cool. I'm trying to get a select set of colors right now, and it's not working. Let's see. We'll mix it with the cyan. Okay, it's closer to purple, but it's also still basically gray. Is my hat in the way? Where is it? Oh, it's the one that's blending in. It's this super shiny one here. There. Yeah, see, it's basically also gray. It's just a lighter gray. Yeah, purple's basically just a pain to make, which is why I always buy purples. Yeah, there's the 3 custom purples you can get from mixing various blues and pinks. It doesn't work great. Especially not if you want to saturate with purple. Okay, but what we currently want is to mix this with the blue. Okay, now I basically got like a brighter blue, and we're gonna mix a little more cyan to that to make sky blue. And then just so I can remember what order stuff goes in. Start with the blue. Then we want to go to cyan. Then we'll go to the green. Okay, here's my little text gradient. And now we're gonna put it over here. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this actually, and we're gonna water it down. Okay. I'm basically just gonna outline where this is going in this darker shade, so you can see where we're placing stuff just a little better. Also, this is meant to be like glass here, so yeah. There we go. I don't know if you can actually see that. I think it's a little too far that way. There you go. It's this thing right here. It's very difficult to see on camera, but I can see it pretty clearly. Here. I do need to find, what can I use? This should work. Okay, I need this to dry out because I don't want stuff to be wet while I am painting over it. So we're just gonna dry this out real quick. Oh my god, it does not want to dry. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a second. And for the record, I do, oh shit, I forgot to set up my, hold on, I'll set it up. My chaos, give me a second. But what was I saying? I do have, not copyright-free music, playing in my headphones. So, yeah. I need the ID, hold on. Copy, paste. Okay, now it should be connected. Yep. It should take a second to show up. We're working. Okay, cool. That's all set up. Put that in front. Okay. Alright. Now we can use that. Oh my god, it's actually starting to dry. I also kind of just need to see how dark it is when it is dry. Because I might need to make it darker before we start putting other colors on top of it. It doesn't need to be super dark. It does need to be dark enough. Okay, yeah. It's visible. Barely on camera, but it is visible. So while we wait for that to finish drying, I'm gonna find a super tiny brush and I'm gonna do the details on this book. I'm thinking we just use like a light gray, like the book on the other end. Is it peeking while I move? This one should work. Okay. What's gonna be a good silver color? Maybe if we take... Where'd I put it? Where's the other brush? Found it. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the white. And I'm gonna take a little bit of that purple we made. Ooh, that's actually kind of pretty, honestly. Let's see. It's, this one? Super shiny white. It's not that shiny. Give me a second. I'll hold it up. There. It's kind of just like a pale purple color. Okay. And I basically just kind of want to make a bunch of random patterns like these. It is a bit harder because I can't put my hand over here where there's wet paint. And I am gonna have to put a second layer over that paint too because that's way too light. Which is exactly why I waited for it to dry before I started putting more details over it. Okay, this looks pretty good so far. I think I will need to water it down just a smidge because I need it to be a little more of an ink consistency to actually write with it. But I do need it to be fairly pigmented. It's a little too thin. Let's pull in a little more paint. That should work. Okay. Oh, good, it's fully dry, so I can finish this. Okay. What's gonna be a good thing to put in the middle? Okay. How's that look? I think it fits in. Okay. And now we're gonna have to do that shadow we did earlier over. We're gonna take just a little more pigment and add it to our diluted. And this has had time to dry out a little bit. So it should be slightly more concentrated because of that as well. Okay. I'm hoping this should work. I'm running out of pigment mix. That's okay. This is supposed to be a diamond, and it looks just round. There we go. There. Oh, that's better. I don't know what I'm going to do about this because we are just kind of looking at the front of a book and with nothing on it. I might find a way to just cover it up later, honestly. Also, these are more books over on... Oh, where are we? I have to wait for that to dry out again. So we've got... let's scooch this over. More books over here. So I'm going to work on doing some spine details on those just while we wait. It's going to be a good color. do basically black on the purple one and gold on the red one, just because the gold and red is so... it just looks nice. I am gonna keep mixing until I get a decent shade for the gold though. Because the thing is, I have to keep in mind how desaturated this entire painting is. Because like, you see how bright that silver looks on that side? I don't want all of the spines to basically glow next to their environment. This does need to be slightly brighter though. A little more yellow. You don't want the books enchanted? Well, to be fair, for this painting, enchanted books could make sense. Because this is basically like a witch's office type of thing. But if I was gonna do like an enchanted book, it'd probably be floating or something, and not just on the shelf. I also need to fix this hand. You can't see it in the current angle. There's a hand right here. I need to fix it because, man, it is rough. And also extremely smudged. Okay. But now we're gonna work on the other spines. Because that's still shiny over there, so we need to wait for that to finish drying. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna do something here because this does wrap around the side. And now we're gonna go for a more silver color. I'm just gonna mix a slightly darker shade for the silver. can still see. Sorry if I'm quiet while I'm painting. I kind of just start focusing. Especially for lines like this. You really have to pay attention to what you're doing. That totally makes sense. Okay. This should be dry by now. Up here. Okay. We're gonna start with this darker blue. And we're kind of just gonna place it in here. It is a little watery, which is fine, because we'll go back and do a second layer later. Okay. Then we're gonna grab our cyan. Come in and grab our green. Okay. And then we're gonna grab maybe a little bit of this shade. Plus a little bit of cyan. Perfect. Take this and we'll put this back here. This is basically, hold on, I need to get a little closer. Give me just a second. I just saw what's happening. I need this to dry out faster. Hold on. Oh, I just remembered. So we're streaming, right? Obviously, because we're gonna want to be more consistent soon. I do have a game lined up already for us to play. I got the thumbnail made, so basically I just have to schedule it and we'll be good to go for that. Try out. Let's try it. So yeah. You know how we played Danganronpa? I found another death game, which I actually genuinely have never played. And I haven't seen like anything about it. I just know the concept and the character designs. What is this? Is it just a hole in my canvas? Damn, when did that happen? I'll have to fix that. Oh my god, dry out. But yeah, we're gonna play Your Turn to Die. It's probably gonna be one of those games we play, or at least we start, before I actually take my exam. Just because it'll be a lot of words, it'll be a lot of text, it'll be a lot of reading, and I can do that. Yeah, because if I can get through that just fine, I should be able to get through the exam, basically. It'll be a test for me to see how well I can stay focused for a long period of time. Because I genuinely don't know how long the exam will be. I don't know how many questions the actual licensing exam is going to be. I'm gonna have to take a ton of honestly, I could probably do some of my practice exams just because they're practice on stream. And then I'll be able to show off my notes, so if anyone's studying the same thing, you can totally just steal my notes. I don't mind. Although my notes are pretty shit, so you'll probably just screw yourself. But yeah, I'll be doing that probably. How does that look? I think that looks pretty okay. I wish I could do glowing better in paintings. I know some people can do it. And I know the concept of how to make stuff glow, right? Like, let me find something I can... Here. I'll just use my notes. Like, for example, sure, right? Let me find a spot. We'll take white, right? And I'm just gonna... Well, no. Yeah, because the light color goes last. Okay. So basically, we'll use this green here. And basically, we'll paint like a line, right? Damn, nothing dried out fast. I did not do this on the best material because this is like cardstock and it's kind of absorbing the moisture underneath the seal. Give me a brush. Yeah, it's not a terrible material. Hold on. I'm gonna start over. What is happening? Never mind, I don't fucking know how to do this shit. Yeah, I don't know what I ended up with. I don't know how to make stuff glow. Never mind. I don't know anything. I can do it digitally. I don't know how to do it traditionally. It doesn't look as good as it does on the computer. Let's see. Let's see, we're gonna do this. How's that look? I think that looks pretty good. Okay, and now we're gonna take our darker purple shade. We're gonna dilute it just a little bit, just so it's a little smoother. And basically our light source is supposed to be coming from over here, right? So that means our highlights go on this side. So our shadows are gonna come on this side. And I'm gonna come around here. I'm gonna get another little brush. I'm gonna use it to smudge. The thing with painting glass, right, is the fact that glass is invisible. Well, it's not invisible, it's clear. Meaning you can't actually just paint glass. You kind of have to hint where the glass is. And it's really weird. Okay, add a little water. And then the highlights. Oh god, that's too much. Honestly, that kind of worked. Hold on. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my brush as tiny as I can, because I need to do real tiny lines. fine lines or the actual real highlights. How's that looking? Okay, I think I just need darker shadows then. I think I need probably a bit of black because this purple is already like insanely dark and it's not showing up. Okay. Dilute. I'm gonna just mix this into my purple actually. So I don't want to use pure black. Okay, let's see if these shadows show up. Okay, this might work. I have to remember to breathe because I will just sit here and hold my breath. Make sure. I'm waiting for this to dry out so I can see if I need to keep fixing it or not. And I don't know where I put my paper. There it is. So we're just gonna wait for this to dry out. Give me just a second. Most of it's already dry, so we're just gonna wait for that little shadow to dry out. Dry yet? Good, okay. Let's look at this. I'm gonna pick this up so I can actually see. Okay. Yeah, that works fine. It's not quite as smooth as I would have liked. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. It's gonna blend a little. Pretty fine. Okay. Yeah, it looks a lot better at a distance now. Okay. What do we want to do next? A reference image for this. Let's see. Kind of like that. No! What did you just pull up? No, go back to the image. What the hell? Okay. You can't see anything? Okay, I need a bunch of dark colors. Like warm tone dark. Just gonna cover up this missing book cover. Okay, hang on. This. I need to find some stuff. Oh. They're cleaning this. What does this say? When the painting was facing in the street, the wood table made it look like it was a set of shell. I do not know. Hold on. No, most of the shelves are flat colors right now because I'll do the wood detailing after I know what's going to be covered up. I'm gonna be right back. I need to finish this. I need dish soap to do it. I've returned. Okay. All right. Let's see. What are we doing next? Oh yeah, I wanted to make like a brick red shade because I want to do like a terracotta pot. Okay. take a little bit of this. Oops. I'm gonna mix in a bit of that desaturated pink, the orange, a little bit of red, and a smidge of this brown shade we made earlier for that bug. There we go. Okay. Okay. Pop this around here. Let's see, some of this would probably work. Okay, I'm gonna change this to an angle I can properly see for a second so I can correct the shape. There we go. That should work. Can we still see? Cool. Desaturate this. Red isn't working, and this is just green. Okay, now I managed to desaturate it too much. How do I do this? If I just make a new green and then just add it to, it should work. Okay, I think that should work pretty well. close enough. Not supposed to be seen like 2 inches away from it anyway. Okay, now you have really dark shade for the darkest shadows. pretty good. There, I put some extra highlights on it, and I think that made it look a lot better. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock? Yeah, okay. So I think we've done, it doesn't look like very much because it's all fucking detail work. But we have added 3 full objects and some details on others. So I'm gonna call that good for now so I can do other stuff I need to take care of today. And I gotta go. Sorry for it being so quiet, but I did label this as a chill stream. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed. I'm probably gonna clip the stream later. And I don't know. Hang on, I gotta figure out how to open this up. Show off what we did. I can figure out how to move it. There we go. I'm trying to move my light source. There. We did that. We did this potion here. Let's see if I can flip it over. There we go. Focus on it, please. We also did these little details. But yeah. That's pretty much it for today. There we go. Did that, and that. yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I hope you enjoyed, and I will stream Your Turn to Die eventually, probably within the next couple days. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you later.